What is up, guys? The Strong Boys 19 here. So this is going to be another update video, and I apologize that I didn't make a video since the last date of August. It is because that things have been really busy involving the family and the gigging recently. So with that being said, let's just jump right into it. So the first one is Steve Reich's album, Music for 18 Musicians. This is in part of the ECM new series releases. It is one track. This is a minimalism style album, but I absolutely love this. It is so beautiful and it can be repetitive, but once you listen to each of these sections all the way through from this one track album, this has a lot to get into that is full of beauty. See this as one of my favourite albums of all time, and I had discovered this because this was one of David Bowie's all-time favourite albums, so I highly recommend this album, Music for 18 Musicians, if you want to get into that classical minimalism style genre. The next four albums are from a band that I did like, that I really wanted to get into for some time, and that is The Jam. I have half of their albums, well, I've got two more to buy. But here we have In the City. And these ones that I'm about to show you are in part of the Jam remasters. So that's In the City, All Mod Cons. Now this one is definitely fantastic. Setting Suns. And the last one from this pile is Sound Effects. And this album is definitely very different to their previous albums. That Entertainment for Now is my favourite track from the Jam. Love that song. So I really like Paul Weller as a lyricist, and he deserved to get that much attention and the influence from many people. Next three are from Tom Waits. I had been listening to his stuff throughout the past few weeks of August, but I have got now Rain Dogs, which is the follow-up to Swordfish Trombones, a part of the Island Masters, and Frank's Wild Years. This is a fantastic album. This completes the Frank trilogy, and the track Frank's Wild Years first appeared on the album Swordfish Trombones as well. And the last one from the Tom Waits pile is Bone Machine. So I'm really diving into a lot of his albums. There are some of my favourites in Waits' discography that I will talk about someday, but Tom Waits, I really do love some of his stuff. Last pile of CDs are from Miles Davis, as I had gone back into him not too long ago, listening to records like Bitches Brew, to In a Silent Way, Agharta, Pangea, Sorcerer. One of his albums before he went electric, and I absolutely love these remasters from Columbia. Miles Smiles, the Miles Davis Quintet, Sorry for the Glaring, again from the Columbia Records label. And this one I had ordered from Amazon, but I did not expect that this could be the first ever Japanese CD released version of any album in the collection, Amandla. Now this is one of his very latest stuff. That just flipped out. Well, fallen really. This is the Japanese CD pressing of this. I really like this album. As I was saying, this is one of his late 80s stuff that people did not appreciate. This is really annoying now. I think this kind of period for Miles Davis is very underappreciated. And this is in part of the Warner Brothers Masters series. This is very underrated. That is one of my favourites. Tutu. Yes, some of the production can be, not as good and very dated for some people, but I love some of the songs on this album, and it can be funky in places. There's some sounds of loops to electronic stuff, electric drums, keyboards. This album is really great. Really like it a lot. So, yeah, Miles Davis, definitely one of these versatile artists, and you should really give his latest stuff a chance. Records, speaking of Miles Davis, here is Dark Magus. This is in part of the Music on Vinyl series that I love, and this was released in 2016. This is a really great live album, but my two favourites from his live albums are Aghata and Pangea, but this one is really, really good. I'm still not a fan of the cover art. It is pretty much like a cropped, zoomed picture of Miles with his cool shades. His playing was wild with the wah-wah trumpet, and the rest of the guys from the lineup that Miles was with, they worked very, very well with their jams and improvisations. Love that period of Miles when he went electric and progress and continue on without looking back to some of the stuff that he had done previously, because he was one of those artists that just wants to go into a different period. Dark Magus is very, very good. And the other record is Slow Dives Sovlaki, Music on Vinyl once again, from 2011. This is a 90s classic album. It is one of those shoegaze albums that has some stellar, wonderful production that is clean, but the vocals were deep and the music was luscious. This is definitely one of those classic essential albums in the shoegaze genre that I highly recommend. As much as I do love Loveless from My Bloody Valentine as my favourite shoegaze album, this is really no exception. Please check this one out. And for the poster that I am going to show you guys, it's quite a bit of a big one. That's what she said. But this is the poster of Slipknot's We Are Not Your Kind. Just to say that the album is out. I'm very glad to have it for the collection. And speaking of Slipknot, I am going to see Slipknot for the first time in 5 years, but for the first time in this current lineup with Behemoth. Behemoth are the support band, and they are a fantastic pick to support Slipknot, as Behemoth themselves are a brilliant, brutal metal band, So I am very, very excited to see my favourite band, besides the Beatles. Yeah. But that is my update video for you guys, and the next video after this will be my Black Sabbath Dehumanizer album review, and I'm going to go back to Classic Albums Revisited to do the Stone Roses self-titled debut. I know I've said that, but I really, really need to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.